sharing the screen with the permission of the jury.
Yes, please go ahead.
No, I am shown that the host has disabled the screen sharing. Can you please enable it?
Mohit, can you do? Mohit?
Yeah, my name was Krishnaraj R. So
Yeah, we can see you.
just
We can.
requesting for.
It's
Yeah,
done, sir.
thank you.
It's done.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Am I visible?
Yes.
Good morning. With the permission of the jury, I may please start my presentation. So, this is from Sivagange District Police on behalf of Tamil Nadu Police. So, this project is called TollScope. So, I'll be explaining why we came up with such a project and what does it do. So, we'll get into a bit of how it works, and then we'll get into the crime analytics part of it, and then the traffic planning and enforcement that this project does. And finally, we'll get into the technical aspects of how we have developed and what platform it is running on. So, we have been seeing a lot of news headlines like this. So, how WhatsApp is helping Hyderabad drunk drivers escape checkpoints. So, what they would have is they will have a WhatsApp group where they would immediately communicate. So, police is checking there, don't go there. Police is checking there, don't go there. So we have been seeing a lot of intelligent responses from the public also in order to escape police enforcement. So again, coming to the other aspect is accidents. Around 5 lakh people face accidents per year, and lakhs of people lose their life. And why we came up with such a project in Tamil Nadu is that Tamil Nadu has a huge network of national highways with 6 lanes, and the number of accidents in the country compared with Tamil Nadu averages more. And 50% of two-wheeler deaths are due to helmetless riding. Just for a simple fact that a person is not wearing a helmet is ending up losing his life. So the existing systems are not able to enforce that properly due to other constraints, and it is found that 75% of the vehicle users in India don't wear seat belts. Just for the fact that they're not wearing seatbelt is leading to 15 deaths a day. So now we are in an information era. We have a lot of information available, a lot of systems in place. So what are the problems of these manual interventions? Like we have 10,000 cameras on a stretch, we have 20,000 cameras installed, but do we really have 20,000 men to monitor those 20,000 cameras? So that is where we need to bring in technology. We need to bring in decision supportive systems. So TollScope is a decision supportive system to prevent to do certain interventions. So, what are we targeting? So TollScope essentially analyzes the vehicles passing through national highways. So in Tamil Nadu, we have around 68 toll booths covering entire Tamil Nadu, right from south till north and east to the west, entire national highways. We have 68 toll booths, and we run the system, which I'll be explaining later. We run the system on all the toll booths, and we collect vehicle data, we collect the vehicle number plate, and we do the analysis part. So this is our target area. So hit and run cases. So as and when a vehicle passes through a toll booth, we capture the number plate, and these are the 4 target areas how we process that particular number plate, which I'll be explaining in the next slide. So we do accident analysis. This helps in traffic planning, and the major aspect is identifying crime involved vehicles and hit and run vehicles. So what does it do? So it is basically a decision supportive system which extracts data from 3 places. One is the toll data, as when I have told you. So as and when a vehicle passes through a toll booth, it captures the vehicle number plate. So vehicle number plate is either automatically taken from the FASTag data. Also, it has an ANPR camera because as per the national highway standards, the toll operator is required to keep a camera at every lane of every toll booth. This is there in their project management paper also. So this toll data is being taken. So what do we take? We take whether it was paid through cash, FASTag. Then we identify the type of vehicle it is: light motor vehicle, car, or heavy motor vehicle. We take the direction of movement of that lane. For example, if it is going from Madurai, Coimbatore to Chennai, or from the other direction, we take the lane number, which lane it has crossed, and we'll take the payment details. So this is the toll data that we take. Now, after we have got this particular data, our system is whitelisted in the crime and criminal network CCTNS database, which is the whole crime where every stations are connected. You will all be familiar with CCTNS. So this system is connected with the CCTNS. So as and when a vehicle passes through a toll booth, it sends a query to CCTNS and it checks the crime history of that particular vehicle. So this is the interesting part. So this is done in a real-time basis. I'll show you a demo. I will show you a demo of it. And based on the reply, we give the feedback to the highway police, which is in that direction next to it. Okay, this particular vehicle has crossed this toll booth and is involved in a hit and run case and is absconding, and it is coming in your way, crossing this particular toll booth. Please do the vehicle checking properly. And if some form of a photo is available in the FIR, it is also passed on to the highway police or the picket or the patrol, which is in the direction of that particular vehicle that is coming. So another aspect is we are also connected to the RTO database, which as and when a vehicle crosses, for example, TN010000, like 1010 is a red color Innova, which is actually passing. So we will check it with the RTO database whether it is actually a red color Innova that is registered in that name. So if there is a mismatch, that would mean that it is either a fake number or he has altered the vehicle without the permission of the RTO, which is not updated there. So these vehicles are also blacklist, added to an alert list, and further process is also done. So how it works, it is basically divided into 3 phases. We have completed the first phase. On the second phase, we are doing it. So there's a real-time CCTNS search by the Tollscope engine. So Tollscope is essentially a very intelligent, a very artificially intelligent system, because it learns every day by analyzing the patterns. Because for example, we get around 1.2 lakh vehicle movement data per day. So this vehicle is crossing there. So every day this much of data is being coming, and it makes the system very intelligent. So for example, we know the common vehicles which have gone through, for example, toll number 1, toll number 2. For example, a crime has occurred in Coimbatore and he is escaping to, say, Karnataka. So we know which all toll booths is likely to pass. So upon getting the information, we can do a common vehicle search. Like, for example, T1, T2, which are the common vehicles that have passed through T1, T2 between this particular time on this particular date. So that is one. Then we have a time window search. Then you can export that particular details of any vehicle, any movement in an Excel sheet file, and it can be analyzed with the and used for investigation. So phase 2 essentially is to prevent accidents. So first was the crime aspect. This is the enforcement, traffic enforcement aspect. So the number plate, once the number plate is taken, the system automatically checks if he's wearing a helmet or not, if he's triples riding, if it is an improper number plate, if he's wearing a seatbelt or not. Because this is as a camera analysis system, it's an image processing system that runs, which will identify if he's wearing a helmet or not without any manual intervention. I'll show you screenshots from the in the last. So once you have a vehicle, it detects that it has no helmet or he is not wearing a seat belt, and he takes the address from the RTO database he will auto-populate the challan because the system can identify what section of Motor Vehicle Act and the fine he has committed, because we have added all the offences into the system, and he will auto-populate the challan and it is sent to the address on which it is to the vehicle address. So this is the phase 2 aspect which we have already completed. So this is the phase 3 aspect, which is an advanced system which we are getting into it. So I've told you there is a vehicle analysis via image processing. So this is exactly what I've told. Like there is a red color Innova that is coming and crossing. The camera system will see if it is a red color Innova based on image processing, and then it will check with the RTO database whether it is actually a red color Innova registered in this particular name, registered in particular number. Now let's get into the crime analysis part. So if whenever an arrest is made or absconding people, the history sheeters, so everybody has their police stations have their photo with them. So this is where we can use that particular thing for getting details about license details is updated. So whether the same particular vehicle when it crosses, this license is associated with them. Then the second one is anomaly detection. For example, a TN10 TN01001010 number is crossing Coimbatore today at 10 p.m. and 11 p.m. it is crossing in Chennai, for example, one vehicle. So that is an anomaly. Either of one should be a fake number. Right now, all these vehicles are just crossing because the system is not able to detect that. The only system that is in enforcement is the random police checking that happens, which is a visible thing, which is always the other person can take a U-turn and go. Because the person who is apprehending an arrest or has done something wrong, they see a police, he'll always try to escape it, unless we have a system in place which does this automatically. So a related vehicle search, for example, a crime has been committed. For example, I'll explain a case study how we use the system to catch 7 accused in a bomb throwing case. So we had 3-4 vehicles crossing a particular toll booth. So we just knew one vehicle number, and we knew that they have crossed, and there were like 3-4 numbers. So we have taken that particular time when this one vehicle crossed, and we saw the what all vehicles crossed just behind that. So we got all the crime involved vehicles which were traveling together. So this is the crime syndicate analysis. So this I have already told you. The camera systems in toll booths can be used against the photos which we have available in the stations. Now, pattern recognition and anomaly detection is because of the machine learning system that is installed in it, that is currently running in the system. So it detects patterns of crossing vehicle. It detects fake number vehicles which are running. And this is the case study I wanted to say. This is a real case study, which is a bomb throwing incident between 2 groups. And we only knew one vehicle number, which we had. And based on, we had this line search, we have the time search in that. We identified the other vehicles based on the approximate time. And we already have the address with us. And then that is how the entire gang was arrested. So this is another thing which the National Highway Authority is trying to do. So FASTag becoming mandatory from January 1st. So the scope of collecting fines through FASTag, because our system can automatically identify if a vehicle has committed, if he's not wearing a helmet, if he's not wearing a seat belt, if he's doing a fake number plate. So all these things are there. The possibility of collecting fines through FASTag becomes very easy through our system. Now, the one thing is the traffic planning and enforcement. So here also I'll be showing you a case study on how we have used this particular system in huge communal gatherings, in huge public gatherings. So the enforcement part I've told you, it identifies offenses automatically and auto challans. It checks for insurance compliance, then traffic forecast. I'll show you the Samayapuram case study. I'll be explaining it after this slide. Yeah, these are certain insurance compliance crimes that happen here. So, for example, vehicle without insurance, it goes to an accident. They reported total loss because that vehicle might not have had an injury. That person might not have had an injury, so it doesn't come into the FIR system. So that is sold again in the black market. The RC book is sold, and the same engine number and chassis number is put on another vehicle, and all of a sudden a new vehicle is a rebirth. So all these things right now we don't have a system to identify all these things. So this our system is aiming to bridge all these gaps. So this is what this is from this Samayapuram case study. So Samayapuram. So this is example where a huge communal gathering happened in Trichy city. So Trichy basically has two toll booths from the north and from the south feeding into the city. So if you can see on 21st of February, there is a spike in the number of vehicles which are crossing this particular toll booth called Budangudi on the left side of your screen. They have around 16,000 vehicles crossing. Similarly, from the north, you have around 28,000 vehicles crossing. On 21st of, you can see the x-axis on 21st, and y-axis is the number of vehicles crossing. Left side, you have one toll booth, which is from the south of Trichy. Right side of the graph is the Samayapuram, which is in the north of Trichy. So two feeding vehicles, two feeding toll booths to a particular event. So what police usually does is they do the traffic planning based on past result forecast and all. But we could see this in real time. We could see that these many number of vehicles are crossing, and this is more than average. So we gave them a real time input to Trichy saying that, okay, this is your forecast is slightly on the wrong side. This is what you should be expecting, and this is on a real time. You should plan the traffic management properly because these many vehicles are actually crossing and coming to your place. Yeah, so coming to the last technical aspect. So it is a completely in-house project in the sense that since it uses a lot of public data, the server is hosted in government server. There is no data that is going outside, and we have been whitelisted in CCTNS because whitelisting in CCTNS is a big thing because they do a lot of security audit, they do a lot of clearance before we are allowed to access the CCTNS. So we are whitelisted on that. So it is it is a very artificially intelligent system which learns itself. And just getting into the technical side, every toll booth has our system installed, which will push the vehicle details to our system, which analyzes and runs the artificially intelligent system and thus makes the pattern analysis for crime, connects it to CCTNS, as I've told you before. So the best thing about this is that we have a graphical representation for everything. So going on to the hardware specifications, we run it on two servers, which are government servers, running exclusively for this project. Coming on to the data security, because this is a concern for everyone. This is an in-house application, and all data is stored in government server. We have had two consultants, and all the data transfer goes through a secure shell transfer, and it is audited for state data center server. The security audit is done. And with CCTNS, there is only mirroring in the sense that we are not accessing CCTNS. Only request for vehicle details are sent and the data is got back. So there is no surveillance in the sense that only after an act of commission of an offense, the system comes in place. So we believe that when you have, as Sherlock Holmes have told, when you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. So We just have to eliminate whatever impossible things that is there, in and whatever remains, however improbable, should be the truth. So thank you. I'll just show, this is the platform which we have developed. So for you can see, this is the common vehicle search that you can do. You can select from here. These are the toll booths in Tamil Nadu. For example, if you want to see a particular, these two toll booths, which all vehicles have crossed these two toll booths between this particular time, and if you do a search, you will get it like this. So this particular vehicle has crossed this one at this particular point of time. So this helps in crime analysis. So this is the report that gets generated, CCTN vehicle report. So vehicle of interest is something which is very important. Like if the police suspects that this particular vehicle is involved in an accident, he can make an entry here. We'll make an entry here, like this particular vehicle number, and we'll add a description. And once it goes into the system, it will alert us if this particular vehicle has crossed in any of the toll booths in Tamil Nadu. So search CCTNS is when. So this is the daily report that comes in. So I just wanted to introduce this one, sir. And finally, the last one, how offense calculation gets done.
I think you can conclude now.
Yeah, please. So this is the challan that is automatically generated. You can see here that the system is automatically identifying that he has committed these offenses, and this is the total fine, and you can just print it and send. This is how the system detects. It is concentrating on number plates, and it is just taking it. Sir, thank you, jury, for patiently listening to this. I'm open to any questions if, from my side. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for the opportunity, and it's a great privilege to be presenting in front of a distinguished jury like this. Thank you, sir.
Madan Mohanji.
Thank you, Rohit. I would say it was very interesting and very good presentation. I find, this is the first time I am hearing that, or I came to know that you have really used this technology. You see, actually, three things you have merged into one, and that is what makes it beautiful. No? RTO data, CCTNS data, and your own toll data. But tell me, what I am more interested in knowing is, see how it has helped in reduction of accidents or reduction of offenses. See, if that data is there before and after scenario, I appreciate that.
Sir, right now we are piloting this on phase 1 and phase 2 of this particular project is being piloted. So in terms of number of offense identification, I can tell you this is being used by many district police to check if any vehicle is involved in any particular crime. They are using this particular system extensively to see if they have an entry in any of the toll booths, sir. So earlier, the system that we replaced is, sir, earlier they used to go and check the CCTV of every toll booth because they didn't know that. They didn't have the data in hand. They didn't have the analysis in hand. So that is one aspect, sir. Second one is, now that we have told that there is a system running like this because it will auto challan it, we have found that the number of people who automatically wear seatbelt, because now they know that there is a system running here based on, which is automatically identifying which are not wearing a helmet or seatbelt. We have found that the number of offenses, number of violations have come down. And coming to the statistics, sir, last 7-8 months, we have been having very less accidents, basically because of the number of vehicles which are coming on road is also very less. So maybe starting from now, sir, we are looking at the data seriously, because the data sample which we have right now is a very distorted one because of COVID scenario. Because if you could see that the number of accidents have come down by 60%, because the number of vehicles on road has also come down by 60%. So, sir, the statistics are not yet available because of the current scenario. Because it would be bad of me to say that accidents have come down by 50% and attribute it to me and not to COVID.
See, the whole idea of asking this question is that ultimately it should lead to reduction in offenses and
Yes,
accidents.
sir. Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
not the objective is not to see that we create we get more revenue through challans and all that. No?
No, sir. No,
That's
sir.
not the objective.
No, sir.
Right. So you must share some data. I think if it's available, you can even send it to Squad.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Shamaji.
Yes, sir. Very good presentation. In fact, you have used technology extensively. I would like to know if your CCT, how long this project is functional. Has the system been stabilized? Number one. Number two, are you feeling any problem with CCTNS, particularly the connectivity part? Because some states still are, particularly Rajasthan, Bihar, they are still facing some connectivity issues in a CCTNS project. So, what is the status on your state?
Sir, Tamil Nadu has 100% CCTNS, sir, on all stations. Every station is connected to the CCTNS. So we don't have any problem of data getting not updated to CCTNS, sir. I can say that Kerala, Tamil Nadu, few districts have already gone for 100% CCTNS, and because we use even normal broadband connections are given to stations, and if those stations which are very remote, there is a satellite-based communication that has been given to stations. So as of now, sir, from CCTNS side, we don't have any delays.
And your system is now well established, I suppose.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can see, sir, this is a very, you can see from the screen also, it is a live data that is coming in. For example, this data which is coming is very live, sir.
And now this highest number security plates are also being made mandatory. So will it help in some way in improving your system?
Yes, sir, because as I've told you, this camera, which is an ANPR camera, the problem with ANPR cameras is that, for example, people have the habit of weirdly writing their number plates, even in their
Yeah.
local language and all those things. So bringing this high security number plates would bring in more standardization, and the system, there will be more accuracy in identifying the number plates, more this thing.
And has your system been able to track the repeat offenders also? Some cases,
Yes,
some
yes, sir,
incidences?
yes, sir, yes, sir. Because if you can see, sir, in the dashboard itself, we have the option of searching with number plates. So, for example, if you can see the notification, for example, these are the numbers. If you can see the recent notification which is coming, TN63, this particular number has crossed this particular toll booth and is presented in a wanted list. So any repeat offender, repeat vehicles, if we add it to as a vehicle of interest, we'll be automatically able to identify it. It gets alerted in this particular system.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much.
Are you linked with the ICJS, which is Interoperable Criminal Justice System, Ministry of Home Affairs, or not linked with that?
Sir, as of now, we are not linked with that, sir. We are trying to do electronic warrant delivery, sir, instead of the manual warrant that are being served, because the manual warrant system is like, there is a huge gap between that. Once a warrant is issued, it takes about 1.5 months to get it come to the police station and get it registered in a process register. So that is a great window of gap which everybody, like, Swami Nityananda and all, used to escape to other countries. So once it is a electronic warrant, As and when the magistrate signs it, it should automatically come to our system, and it should also go to the immigration desk to prevent anybody from going outside. So that is a different system. It is not connected yet.
When did you go live? Sorry, I missed that.
Sir, we went live in this year, January,
Okay.
and we were working it from say December last year, and it was live from February, sir.
Okay. And all the modules are operational at this moment.
Sir, phase 1, phase 2 is operational now, sir. Phase 3, we have given the budget proposal to the state government.
Mhm.
The approval is yet to come, sir.
All right. Great. Thank you. Any